Anyway, this is the UMX Cessna. The sun is finally coming up over the horizon and gaining in strength, and the ground mist is actually starting to seriously clear now. You can see it visibly dissipating as the sun really comes up. It scares the mist away pretty quickly. When I got this guy out and started trying to set him up, the mist was still quite noticeable, but it's thinned out. I've got the floats on him here, and I broke the front off that float, basically because he needed large amounts of up trim the first time I tried to take him off with the floats. I had real trouble getting him up. He just didn't have enough up on him. There wasn't enough up there, and I broke the float. He'd come unbound now, and I don't know why. It worries me a bit when planes come unbound. You turn them on. I know I had him bound and was flying him before, but he wasn't bound to the transmitter when I powered him up today, or the transmitter was turned on. He just went into bind mode, and I had to turn the transmitter off and rebind him to get him to work. Okay, got the flip. With 2-cell power, he should have enough to,
high rate.
Maybe better give him high rates, just in case. Yeah, he should have enough power to pull himself over the grass on the floats. See, now that went fine. It didn't go fine the first time I tried to... I've had him off the floats since then and trimmed him. It didn't go fine the first time I tried to trim him off the floats because it was a real fight to keep him up. The floats seem to really... With some things, you hardly have to retrim at all for the floats. It's weird. Even the little tiny Cub S, I didn't find I had to retrim much for the floats, but this guy I had to put in a ton of up trim to get him to fly sensibly with the floats. He wasn't wild about the flying with the floats, really. That's in safe mode now. You can see it's just, I'm letting go of it, and it's just, I'm trying to put my hat back on straight. Okay, let's take it out of safe mode.
AS3X mode. Time remaining 6
Okay,
minutes.
so maybe I've got a teeny bit more up trim than I needed. Hey! What the hell? I don't know what was happening. No, something's wrong with him. I've not got proper control. Put him back.
Safe mode.
I've not got proper control over him. Something is not right. Something does not seem to be right there. Have a look at him. Something's sticking because I tried to turn him there and there's no wind. It's not the wind stopping him turning, and he just did not want to turn. Okay.
Throttle cut on.
Well, yeah, see, for one thing, he seems to have more left rudder than right, more right rudder than left rudder. I don't know.
AS3X mode.
The rudder's certainly moving, and the ailerons are certainly moving. Although, mind you, yeah, they're not moving badly. I wasn't having any trouble with the elevator. I seem to be having trouble turning him. I've got no... Oh, I got a bunch of... Yeah, well, we maybe need to adjust the rudder. I've got a bunch of left sub-trim in the rudder. So that may be why there's just much left travel. I've got the air. I maybe need to try and... I don't know. Can we do that? I don't know. I'm wondering... I'd rather take that left sub-trim out the rudder because... You could do it pliers to do that, really. I'd like to take that trim that rudder mechanically rather than using the sub-trim. And a snail crawling around. I saw the tiniest, and that's a pretty small snail, but I saw the tiniest snail like I've ever seen. I think the other was about I measured it was about 3 millimeters across. Ouch. Okay. Now, typically we overdid it, didn't we, slightly? Overdid it a teeny bit. I'm not wild about this whole bending things way of trimming. It never seems the world's most satisfactory arrangement to me, but yeah, I overdid it. I tightened that up too much. That's about as close to centered as I can get, I think, on that rudder. That's with no sub-trim. Because I was not happy with the way that rudder was working before. Okay.
Throttle cut off.
We're still on high rates. Oh. Oops. Try and get back to the main screen before we take him off. Nah, this is still not right. I mean, it looked right to me. I mean, it looked as if the surfaces were centered.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
But he seems to have a random yen to circle when I'm not telling him to. Oh, God, he does. I don't know what's the matter with this thing. It's not flying well. It was a demonstrator I bought, and quite honestly, I don't think it ever really has flown terribly well. I've never been very pleased with it. See, now it's turning right all the time, and I thought everything was pretty centered there, but now it just seems to want to turn right all the blithering time, and I'm going, having great trouble making it turn left at all. Great trouble. I can turn it right easily, but left it does not want to go.
Throttle cut on.
Now, can you see any reason why that is persistently turning right? Because I can't. I cannot see any reason why that plane should be persistently turning right. Those control surfaces all look pretty well stabilized to me. If anything, there seems to be a hair of left elevator trim, and the rudders look centered to me. So why, when I put him up, does he seem to want to turn right all the time? I suppose it's possible the floats are creating a bit of a skew. God, even... Oh, God, I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know what...
Time remaining 4
I don't know what the hell's the matter with the thing.
Safe mode.
It seems to manage to level itself a bit if you put it in safe mode, but in AS3X mode it just seems like...
AS3X mode.
You need to keep this guy in sight because he's not flying very well. It won't turn left. You give it full left aileron and full left rudder and it just won't turn left. Well, it will eventually, but you have to fight like crazy to make it turn left. Something is definitely not right, but I don't know. Yeah, see? Now again, it's going...
Time remaining 3 minutes.
It's going right, and I'm not telling it to. I'm trying to fight all the time to try and keep it left, and it keeps wanting to go right. Oh, God. I should not let this guy get behind me, because he's only marginally under control at the best of times. I don't know what's with him. Well, he can loop. There's nothing wrong with his elevator control. But there's something severely odd about his directional control. Severely odd. Severely odd. And that trimming that rudder does not seem to have helped. I don't know what it is. A lot of the time you try and give him left control and he just... See, that's full left rudder and full left aileron, and he's barely coming round in a left turn. And this is in high rates. Turns right okay. Turns right sharply, but he doesn't want to turn left. Very weird. Yeah, I mean, about the only way to get him to turn left is to put him into a really steep bank. Really, really steep bank and just pull him round, because he doesn't want to turn left. And as I say, I can't understand why. The control surfaces look level to me, and they seem to move reasonable distance in both ways. No, see, again, I'm trying. He just won't turn left. Thought it will bring him back right, but I mean, it's ridiculous. What the heck is the matter with the blithering thing? Something's wrong, but I don't know what it is. No, I mean, again, see, I'm trying to turn him left here, and he just won't turn left. You've got to fight like anything to get him to turn left. He won't gently turn left at all. Well, that's a bit better. He's doing it a bit there, but... No, see again now. I see I'm giving him blithering. I can see the ailerons moving. I'm giving him left aileron and he's just not doing much.
30 seconds.
I'm running out of battery time now, but... I'll put him back in.
Safe mode.
Interestingly enough, you can seem to be able to fly him in safe mode.
20 seconds.
Because the safe mode helps you, I guess. Oh, my hat is really falling off now. My hat is almost totally off my head now.
Throttle cut on.
Well, that's annoying. I'm perplexing, honestly. Because I don't know why it's doing it. I don't see anything.
AS3X mode.
Yeah, well, I suppose those floats are not very level. I guess maybe those floats are sort of implicitly acting as control surfaces. He never did like the floats. I had to trim him a lot for the floats. He did not like the floats ever at all. Yeah, I mean, I think that must be what it is, because, I mean, nothing happens for no reason. I don't believe in complete gremlins taking control of planes. So, I think it's got to be... I mean, retrimming the rudder was probably useful, but I think really it's mainly got to be that the floats were not quite level, and that was throwing him off. I'm going to try and adjust them and see what we can do. Okay, so I've done my best. I've done my best to try and level the floats on this guy now, so that to make sure the two floats are both at the same angle, hopefully. Yeah, they seem pretty much at the same angle now, right? Because I think maybe one float was pointing a bit up and the other was pointing a bit down before, and maybe they were acting as kind of implicit control surfaces and fighting me. We'll see, because I certainly had a devil of a time getting him to turn left before.
Safe mode.
I think we'll put him in safe mode to start with, because the safe mode seems to do a fairly good job of compensating for some of these problems. Put him up a bit and then see if he flies any better without the safe mode. Safe mode's all very well and good, but I certainly don't want planes that I can only fly in. I don't want planes that will only fly in safe mode. That's ridiculous. I think that is better. This guy, for some reason, seems really sensitive to the floats. You know, I've put these floats on several other planes, exactly the same floats. These are what they call the UMX carbon cub floats, because that's what they originally sold them for. I put them on, I think the Cub S, the little Cub S, was the first thing I put them on. They're a bit heavy for him. I mean, you know, he's... safe mode. I'm going to put him back in safe mode for a bit while I adjust my hat yet again. My hair's puffing in the damp and I have trouble... I have trouble getting my... Oh, so he's still giving me a bit of trouble about coming back to the left. I don't know. He's better than he was, though. But yeah, no, see, still not responding well to the left. He really isn't. He's not flying very well. I mean, I could take the floats off, I suppose. I'm not happy with the way this guy performs. I'm really not. No. No. See, now what the heck? I mean, like he's flying, leaning over to the left, and he's not turning at all. And this is crazy. No, it's not fixed, clearly. I don't know what the problem is, but no, it's clearly not fixed, even with those floats level. I don't know what his problem is, but you can lean him over to the left and he doesn't turn to the left. I've never seen a plane that you could bank to the left so much and then it won't, without it turning left. Oh, this is just ridiculous. No. Well, if I can't fix this plane's basically junk. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is a stupid way. I mean, you know, a plane that just won't turn like that. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Safe mode.
For some reason, it seems to be able to turn in safe mode. Which again, you know, that would imply maybe it's not aerodynamic. Because, I mean, if it can turn in safe mode, if it's turning perfectly fine in safe mode, then, you know, it can't be that, you know, when I bank it in safe mode, it turns. Look, see, this is safe mode. I just bank it a little bit, it turns perfectly nicely.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Take it out of safe mode.
3x mode.
Well, now it's banking a bit, but then it gets into this thing where you bank it and it won't turn. I think there's something wrong with the receiver. Honestly. Seems to be flying okay now for a bit, but then, you know, no. Now, see, now it started doing this sodding thing of wanting to turn to the right whether I want it to or not again. At least it doesn't do it in safe mode, but ow, but that makes no sense to me. Out again.
AS3X mode. Time remaining 3 minutes.
It seems like, you know, you fly it in safe mode, it's okay. You take it out of safe mode and put it in AS3X mode, it flies okay for a bit, and then it just gets into this mood where it don't want to turn to the left. Yep. See, now it's in it again. See? Won't turn left.
Safe mode.
In safe mode, turns to the left fine. And we take it out of safe mode.
AS3X mode.
No. See, look how far over left that's leaning, and it's not turning at all. I mean, what the heck is with that?
Time remaining 2 minutes.
It's like the AS3X is somehow randomly putting right rudder in or something. It's kind of what it feels like, because I mean, I don't see how else you'd fly leaning. See, now it's turning. Sometimes you turn it to the left, it turns. Sometimes you turn it to the left, it doesn't. Yeah, now it's turning to the left okay for a little bit. Yeah, see, now it's actually doing it okay. No, see, now it just straightened itself up. I was still turning it left, and it straightened up by itself, and now it won't turn left. Yeah, there's something very weird going on there. I was commanding a continued left turn. I didn't move the sticks there. It straightened itself out. It was turning left, then it just straightened itself out. Yeah, that's what it seems to do. It lets you turn left for a little bit, and then it straightens itself out, and it doesn't want to turn left. No. Oh, bugger it.
Safe mode. 30 seconds.
Anyway, it's time to land it. But yeah, no, there's something really wacky. I think it's something's wrong with the AS3X. It's like it will let you turn left for a bit, then it sort of randomly puts right rudder in.
Throttle cut on.
Something like that, because it's it's really weird. Yeah, you can turn left for a bit, and then it just straightens itself out. And even though you're leaning, even though you've got left roll on and the wings are leaning to the left, it won't turn left. And the only way I can see that happening is that something's commanding right rudder, but not me. I'm commanding left rudder. Put it.
AS3X mode.
The control surfaces work fine when you just test them statically like this, but see, I give it left aileron and a bit of left rudder like that, and it's turning left, and it flies turning left for a while, but then it somehow randomly straightens itself. No, I was hoping maybe I could get it to do it on the ground just to see, but it doesn't seem to be. No, it's just staying. But in the air, it's almost as if after a while doing this, it just suddenly puts full right rudder on or something, because it carries on flying at that angle, but doesn't turn anymore. No, I was trying to see if I could get it to do it on the ground, but I can't. I can't get it to do it. But it was definitely, it was definitely doing something like that on the, and the snail's made it to the other side of the table now. Well, that is frustrating. This plane is clearly not flying right. There's something very funny going on with it.